He loved his heart, and he loved everyone else. That's all.
My name is Katie, and looking out here, I see so many people and so many candles, and it's beautiful. And like many others, I didn't know Yemi as well as I would have liked, but I knew him well enough to know that there was not another more caring person than Yemi was. It didn't matter where you were. I ran into him in a parking lot, and it was, "Hey, how you doing? How's your capstone coming?" Just completely and totally interested in you as a person, and looking out to make that personal connection to you, and to know your story, and to share that smile. And that smile is absolutely everything that everyone has said. And I just think when something like this happens to a community and everyone comes together and we share stories like this, no matter how little you know the person or how well, it's a reaching out to each other, and it's sharing your memories of that person to the people that may not have had that experience, to help expand that love and that personality to everyone who cared about them in whatever way it was. And I just think this is such a great way to remember Yemi, and I think it's wonderful that everyone came out, and I love hearing all these wonderful stories about a wonderful classmate.
Hi everybody, I'm Doug. I had a couple of classes with Yemi. I was in the class over the summer with Brett and Mary. And I remember it was almost the end of the semester, and we decided we wanted food. So we brought donuts and chocolate milk, and I remember Yemi, he just took the box from Dunkin' Donuts and puts it on his lap, opens it, and just starts eating them. And then Brett comes and says, "Do you want a glass of milk?" And he's like, "Is it chocolate milk?" And he's like, "Of course." And then he poured him a glass of milk, and he chugged it while he ate. I'll always remember him smiling and laughing. He was going to be a director. I believe that he had the talent for it, and he'll be greatly missed.
Hi, I'm Michelle, and this was actually my first semester taking any comm classes. Yemi was in my single camera class, and I remember it was after the Manning Bowl that we started talking about football every class period while we were waiting for Jason to come in. And I remember he started cracking up because I was making fun of Eli Manning. And then we just started talking about football. Monday we would talk about Sunday's games, and Wednesday we would talk about Monday Night Football. And Friday we would always talk about Thursday. And when I came to school on Friday, I was in shock, and I was like, "No, you're talking about somebody else. Can't be him, because to talk to him about last night's game." And I think that although I didn't get to know him very well because it was my first semester taking classes over here, I'll always have very good memories of him in my class. And I remember seeing his videos, his first two that he did, which have been shown already for class, and really wanting to work with him, and I was really excited to get to work with him for our final project. And we're gonna keep everything the way that we had it when we were working with Yemi. He was awesome. He was always trying to get me to buy a yellow shirt at the bookstore, because I would go in there like all the time. And he was always trying to get me to buy one. And I would always ask him how many he had sold, and he was like, "I don't think I've sold any." But yeah, he always made me laugh.
Hello, my name's Glenn. I lived with Yemi for a couple semesters in the dorms, and it's funny hearing all these stories tonight about him stealing everyone's food, because that was me when I lived with him. I took all his food. He like had this fridge and this microwave and this whole kitchen set up, and he had his mom would like keep him stocked on everything, and I think he just got sick of the stuff that he kept getting from like these big Costco packs. So I just kept getting all, just giving Gatorades to me every time I saw him, and granola bars and stuff. So it's kind of funny to hear about him stealing food, because I was the total mooch in that situation. But he was easily the best roommate I ever had. It was so much fun living with him. He was always showing me cool music and super inspiring. He's always working on video projects, and I'm an art major, so it's just cool to be around someone just constantly creating. And the stuff he was making was always really cool. Another thing I remember living in the dorms with him, I remember his mom came to visit one day, and his side of the room was like spotless and clean, and my side was all messy. And his mom wanted to come and see how we were living and stuff. And I remember when I was sitting there talking to her, kind of getting to know her, and my bed broke. I was like, my bed exploded, my room's a mess. I was just like, oh God, I'm that roommate, like living with your son. Yeah, and I remember when my mom came to visit and she met him, she just was like, what a sweetheart. And I was like, I never really heard her say that, but that was like all she could say. She was just kind of blown away by what a good energy he was. He was just like such a happy dude. It's just hard to not be in a good mood when you're around him. He's a great guy. I'm gonna miss him a lot.
Hello, my name is Lonnie, and I didn't particularly have any classes with Yemi. I knew him briefly. However, if I know that he liked food as much as you guys claim he did, we probably would have been engaged by now. We would have been the best roommates. However, I just spoke with Yemi on Tuesday, and for the longest time, I thought his name was Yummy. He never corrected me. So I found out about like 3 or 4 weeks ago, his name is actually with an E, Yemi, but I still called him Yummy, and he seemed to like it, so. If anybody knows me, oh gosh, I don't have Alzheimer's, but I do have some timers, so. Yemi was a great guy. I loved his smile. The last time we actually spoke, was probably not Tuesday, but I think about a week or 2 before that when it rained. And I went to Jason McCann's class and I was like, Jason, please, can I stay in your class? I'm not in it, but I don't want to be out in the rain. And I didn't want to be by myself because trust you me, that is not a good thing. So he was like, oh sure, have a seat. So before class started, we were just messing around, and being the person I am, had Yemi cracking up. And I think half the class, I was like, you know what, just give me a mic, I'll just do stand up now. And he was like, so crazy. That I am, I'm certified. But life is short, I don't want to preach. However, the future is tomorrow, and tomorrow is a mystery. It's not 5, 10 years down the road. You can make a plan for that, but the future is tomorrow. Don't feel like you're weak. If you have problems, seek help, whether it be a teacher, a counselor. Somebody is here for you. And I currently take a class with Dr. Cushion, who's being quiet right now. And we're actually doing some challenges. And one of our challenges is basically put others first. And sometimes we get wrapped up into our own problems that we forget to ask the other person. How are you? What's new with you? What's going on? We just ramble about our day. Oh my God, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And the next thing you know, something tragic happens, and then you sit there and you're like, if I only listened, if I only asked. There's so many open-ended situations, you know? And just take the time. Sometimes it's not always about you. It's about other people and putting other people first. So with that, I thank you, and it's a beautiful turnout.
Hi, my name is Katie. I'm a comm student, and I also don't know Yemi very well, and I really am regretting that I should have gotten to know more. I have two very distinct memories of Yemi. One was last year. I was sitting down in the comm lab with 3 other comm students, and we are just laughing and rolling, and I'm trying to make my website in HTML. It's just not my thing, and he's laughing with me and helping me figure stuff out, and all of a sudden the conversation took a turn, and we started just talking about our different professors in the comm department, and we just cracking jokes, and not bad things. We had all good things to say, so don't worry, guys. But we were just talking about how great you are, and he had nothing but really great things to say, and so, just so you won't know. And it just made me feel really great, and like, because so many colleges out there, like, their programs, you don't know the other students, like you see them in class, but you don't have that connection. And I feel in the comm department, we're very fortunate that we're small enough and we are all pretty close. And then my other memory is this past summer, he was working with the advisement registration and helping with the first years. And if any first years are here today and participated in the Emerging Leaders program, then you'll